that 50 marks will be given to you based on the teacher's assessment, TA. That TA will be given to you again on the similar way that how you are performing on the regular laboratory sessions. And then after, there will be practical files that will be evaluated. Okay. So, and then there will be attendance through which you will get evaluated. This is how the teacher's assessment, TA, out of 50 marks will be given to you. And then another 50 marks will be based on the laboratory examination. There will be no mid-semester examination in the laboratory. There will only be the end semester examination over here. Okay, so it is 50 plus 50, 50 from the teacher's assessment and 50 from the end semester examination. So this 100 marks will be allotted to you, and it is the combined marks of QGIS practical, remote sensing practical, and the GDP practical. So all the 3 faculty members will give you this marks out of 100. So there will be not 100, 100, 100. There will be only 100, 50 plus 50 based upon your teacher's assessment and the end semester examination. And rest of the things are same. The marks will get converted into the grade. I have already told you to see the ordinance, how the marks will get converted into the grade. Okay. Now coming to this particular laboratory course, first thing that is needed over here is QGIS software. Okay. I think so majority of students have already downloaded this Quantum GIS software in the last turn. I have told you, but if there is still, because I can see that few of the students have joined today only. So what you need to do, you need to download the Quantum GIS software. Okay, it is a free and open source software. You just need to search QGIS, the 10 point any version, whichever version, 10 point anything will be okay. But check what is the configuration of your machine, whether your system is of 32-bit or it is of 64-bit. Based on that, you need to download the QGIS version, and then by using simple setup file, you can install the QGIS in your system. Okay, so if there are any question till now, you can ask. Anything that you want to ask related to marking, related to laboratory session, anything in general? Otherwise, I am going to start the laboratory.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon.
मैम क्या बता सकते हैं मिनिमम कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या होनी चाहिए इस सॉफ्टवेयर के लिए?
अरुण, ओके. सो अरुण, आपका जो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट कोई ऐसा सच नहीं है. इसमें मेन चीज़ जो आपको चेक करना है, आपकी मशीन कितने बिट की है. क्योंकि जब मैं एक बार आप लोग को दिखाई दे रही हूँ, इसको खोल करके वेट करेंगे. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, गूगल में जा करके आप QGIS सर्च करिएगा. जब आप QGIS सर्च करेंगे आपको ये साइट मिल जाएगी. ठीक है, इसको मैं चैट बॉक्स में डाल दे रही हूँ. ओके, तो ये लिंक जो है मैंने आपको चैट में आप जा करके चेक करेंगे, कन्वर्सेशन में आपको ये मिल जाएगा. इस पे चले जाइएगा और आपका जितने भी बिट का मशीन है, ओके, 32 बिट मशीन है या 64 बिट मशीन है, उसी हिसाब से अपना वर्जन डाउनलोड कर लीजिएगा. ऐसा कोई बहुत रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होता, लेकिन हाँ अगर बहुत पुराना सिस्टम है आपका, ओके, जैसे कभी कभी स्टूडेंट्स का 7-8 साल पुराना सिस्टम होता है, अगर इस तरीके का कुछ आपके साथ में है तो आप और ओल्डर वर्जन डाउनलोड करिएगा, ठीक है। अगर इन केस कुछ इशू आता है, 3.16 अगर आपके सिस्टम पे नहीं चल पा रहा है, अगर बहुत पुराना है, तो आप इसका ओल्डर वर्जन करिएगा, क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग के जितने भी आपके लेबोरेटरी सेशन होंगे वो बिल्कुल इनिशियल है, बेसिक है, तो फंक्शनैलिटी आपको सभी जगह पर मिलेगी। तो अपने हिसाब से पहले इसको 3.16 को ट्राई करिएगा। इन केस ये नहीं हो पाता तो ओल्डर वर्जन पे जाकर के आप डाउनलोड कर लीजिएगा, ओके। और कोई
थैंक यू।
क्वेश्चन? Okay, so let's start the practical. So once we have done the installation,
How to start the application? There is no.
Okay, so go to start and type QGIS. Okay, so simply go to start and type QGIS. You can find it over here. All of you who have already installed the QGIS software, just try to open your QGIS software, and if any one of you have faced any difficulty, then inform me about the same.
Ma'am, I have installed QGIS 3.20.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Whichever version you have installed, go to the start and type QGIS.
Ma'am, it's saying Python error.
Okay. Rest of the student try. बाकी लोग देखिए किसी के में और के में ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है? All the students, please confirm whether anyone else is facing the problem or not. Please inform if you remain, all of you, if you remain silent, how will I know whether it is working or not?
Ma'am, no problem from my side. This is Parul speaking.
Okay. Alok Kumar, is it okay?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Alok Singh?
Ma'am, I have not installed yet.
Okay. Then Bhagat?
Yes, ma'am, working fine currently.
Okay. Rahul?
No problem, ma'am.
Ruchi? Ruchi?
No problem, ma'am. No problem, ma'am.
Okay. Shiv, सुमित, शिवम आपने तो इंस्टॉल भी नहीं किया होगा अभी शायद.
नो मैम एक्चुअली फर्स्ट क्लास है.
हाँ, ओके. सुमित. यशोवर्धन.
No problem, ma'am.
So I think so none of the student is facing any problem. Abhijit, I think so you need to install some older version if error, such type of error is coming, or you can do one thing, you can Google your error. Okay, go to the Google, search the error, maybe some files are missing or something like that.
I'm now working. Installed again. Deleted the previous version and installed again.
Okay, so I think so all the students who have installed the QGIS, they are able to open the QGIS software, and the rest of the students who haven't yet downloaded this QGIS software, because this one is the very first class for some of the students, so there is no problem. You can download this QGIS software later after the practical and perform the practical over there. There is one thing regarding the practical file. All of you need to make a practical file. You can take any simple notebook for that purpose. So you have to write down everything by hand. Okay, the practical file will be handwritten. Write down the general structure of the practical file. All of you write down in your copy. If you are not carrying your copy, just bring the copy and pen and write down the structure, how you need to write the practical, because after the implementation of every practical, you need to upload your file on the regular basis. Okay, so first you need to perform the practical, and thereafter you need to write down the complete procedure of that one. Okay, so I think all of you bring your copy. So first thing is date of practical. Okay, you need to write down date, and then next is practical. You need to give the number. Practical 1, practical 2 will be the heading. Then objective. So first heading will be, first you need to write down the date of practical, then the number of practical, practical 1, practical 2, and so on. So inside the practical, the first heading is objective. The objective will be given to you, so you simply need to note down the objective of the practical. Second heading will be software and data requirement. So in all the practicals, the software requirement will be QGIS, but the data requirement will vary. For example, in the very first practical, which is, or this is basically the second practical, which is to perform the georeferencing operation, the data requirement is topographical map. Okay, I will tell you what will be the data, what will be the other things. So the first write the general structure for every practical. First is objective, second one is software and data requirement. Third heading will be theory. Theory means some basic theory that is required for the practical, like the first practical that you are going to perform is georeferencing. So in the theory will be what is georeferencing, what is transformation, what is a fine transformation, what is resampling. Maybe some part of the theory you will not be aware, because it will be covered later in the lecture session. Maybe in the georeferencing will come in the, I think, 11th or 12th laboratory lecture session. So it will come quite late in the lecture, but since it is the very first practical that you need to perform. So in the theory section, some of the things will be given to you. Otherwise, you need to go to the internet and search about thing and simply write down about that, all the things that is required in the theory section. After that, the next section is the most important section. The fourth heading is methodology. In methodology section, what you need to do, you need to write down step-by-step procedure, how you are going to perform the practical session. Okay, how you are going to perform the georeferencing of any data. So this fourth part is very important. And why I'm saying it is important, because in the end of the, like in November end, there will be practical examination. And by that time when you reach, it is almost 2 to 3 months. So student used to forget what they have performed in the laboratory session. And in order to recall whatever they have done, the best thing is the methodology section that you have written in the practical copy. Okay, so write down the methodology in your own words. Although I am going to give you the PDF of the whole practical, it will contain the methodology, but don't perform the copy paste thing. Don't copy everything from my notes. Write down the things by yourself. Okay, and this is all how the teacher's assessment is done. How the student is performing, how the student is writing the things in the practical file and other things. This is how we used to make the TA. So perform this thing very carefully. It is not only about the practical marks, the teacher's assessment marks, but it also help you to understand how to perform the practical. Okay. So once you have written the methodology, the last section will be the result and discussion. So if any discussion is required, otherwise there will be some result over there. This one is a general template of writing all the practicals of QGIS. Okay, any doubt in this thing? Anything that you are not able to understand? Feel free to ask anything in the laboratory session, because if you do not understand anything, okay, it is a sequential process. So if you do not understand the first step, you cannot perform the second step. Feel free, ask any type of question related to the laboratory. Okay, don't be shy. Don't think that what other people will think that I am not understanding. No problem in that. Just ask the question. Instead to remain silent and remain ignorant, it is better to ask the question. So if
Ma'am, any kind of a register we can use for practical notebook, or some specific kind?
no, there is no specific thing. If you are in the institute, the practical copy will be suggested to you. One side there will be a blank page, other side there will be a line thing. But since you are not giving that in the form of practical file, whatever copy you have, you can use it. Whatever type of register you have, you can use it. There's no problem.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, can we use A4 sheets?
Whatever you want, it's okay. You can use the A4 sheet also. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to take all these things physically. You need to take the snapshot and you need to upload that snapshot in the form of PDF file. Okay, so it is the soft copy that I am going to collect, that I am going to check. And that's why I'm suggesting this thing. Don't copy the things from the other students. After a few weeks, you will all become friends. And students start to send each other assignments. You take the assignment from one student, and the one student is doing all the practical, all the tutorial and other things, and rest of the student are submitting the same thing. If you do that thing, it will automatically get recognized because you are writing by your own hand. So handwriting of all the students will be different. So don't try to copy the things from the others. Okay. Now, I'm starting the practical. So first thing what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the topographic map. Several experiments, several practicals are going to be performed through topographic map. Topographic map is one of the basic data that is usually used in a large amount in GIS related work. Okay, so everybody need to know about the topographic map. First, I'm showing you how to load the raster data. You need to go see this thing carefully. Layer, add layer, and raster layer. If there is some sort of lag, you can inform that thing immediately, because many times during the practical session, especially we face this problem. There is a lag between voice and screen. So if you face this problem, or if there is any audio issue, inform that thing immediately. I will try to correct that thing at my own end. So this is how you will open the topographic map layer, add layer, and go to add raster layer. Okay. Now, in the source raster dataset, there are 3 points. Okay. So with the help of this browse button, I will open the location where my data is placed. Okay. So I have placed my data inside the GIS folder. There is a lab folder, then there is a practical 2 folder. There is map P15 over here. Okay, so you need to open this P15 map just like this. So you need to click on the add button, and that data will get added. Okay, so now on the screen you can see the topographic map. So this is the topographic map. Which agency issues this topographic map?
Geographical Survey of India.
No.
Ministry of Earth and Earth Sciences.
No.
Survey of India.
Yes. The name of the organization is Survey of India. Okay. I will open. So this one is the Survey of India website. Survey of India department. It comes under the Department of Science and Technology. In Hindi it is भारतीय सर्वेक्षण विभाग, और ये विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग में आता है. So this is how the Survey of India will get open. So basically the topographic maps of India, all the topographic maps are issued by the Survey of India. Okay. Now let's see what you are going to get in the topographic map. Before going into the detail, first thing is, what is topographic map? We are going to discuss the topographic map, and Survey of India is the government authority that issues this map. But what is the meaning of topographic map? Anyone?
Different heights, elevation.
There are 2 students. Okay. I think so. First, there's Abhijit Sonkar. Yes, Abhijit. Okay. So, and then
Ma'am, it is a map.
Yeah.
It is map
Yes,
in which the hill, mountain, river, any kind of terrain are shown.
Okay, so contain only natural thing?
Natural, yes, ma'am.
Only natural?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Settlements also.
Man-made and man-made also, ma'am. It is shown on topographic map. Man-made and physical features.
Okay. Anything else? So, yes, Abhijit.
Initially, it was made for military use, so both settlements, roads, etc. was also there on the map. So that is why all thing is there.
Okay. So basically in GIS, we can see when we talk about the type of map, there are several segregation, several classification. But in general, we say there are two types of map. One is the topographic map. Second one is the thematic map. Okay. Write down in your copy. Always carry a copy with you so that you can write it down. There is topographic map. There is, write down. First one is the topographic map. Topographic map and thematic map. Topographic map is a general purpose map. It contains all sort of information. Okay, it will contain some natural feature like water, mountain, river, forest, anything that is related to man-made feature like road, urban settlement, religious places, bridges. Okay, it may contain some information like elevation related contour height and other things. So such type of information is also available. There is one very important information in the topographic map, and that information is administrative boundary. If you see the division, okay, if you see the division, how the country is divided, okay, so our country is divided into states and union territories. Okay, state is divided into, okay, everyone write down in your copy what is the division. Country into states and UTs, then state into district. Okay, then district is divided into, write down in your copy if you know, the lowest level is village.
So, ma'am, after district, tehsils.
Okay. I hope everybody is getting the question what I'm trying to ask. What is the division? Country is divided into states and UTs. States are divided into districts. District is divided into tehsil. Okay. Tehsil is divided into
Blocks.
And block is divided into villages. Urban area is divided into towns. Okay, so there can be villages, and if there is an urban area, in that case it will be ward. Okay, so if those who are living in the urban region, in the city region, in the southern area, there will be ward election. Okay, you may have heard that there is a Gram Panchayat election, there is a ward election. So these are the lowest level. The lowest level is in the rural region, it is village. In the urban area, the smallest unit is ward. Okay, so I hope everybody got this division: country, state, district, tehsil, block, village, or in case of urban area, it will be ward, WARD, ward. Okay. So if you want the boundary of, say, if you want the boundary of district, or if you want the boundary of tehsil, or if you want the boundary of block, these all are the imaginary division. You cannot find it on the ground. So in whichever district you are living, Okay, like I am living in the Prayagraj district. I am living in the Prayagraj Sadar area. I am living inside a ward. Okay, now suppose I want the Allahabad district boundary. If I want Allahabad, Prayagraj district boundary, if I want Prayagraj Sadar boundary, city area boundary. So how I will get this thing? I can get this information from the topographic map. So this is one of the very big use that you can obtain the administrative boundary through these things. Many times, people used to ask, when there is a Google Earth, Google Map, what is the need of such type of topographic map? They are quite old thing, old-fashioned thing, and other. These all are important because it is issued by Government of India. There is somebody who is responsible for the publication and distribution of these maps, and it is our government. Okay, so this is not like some what we say volunteered information. It is not something like a crowdsourcing, that a common people or the netizens are producing that information. No, you cannot rely on that information. You cannot justify your work on the basis of such type of data because nobody is authorized, nobody is responsible, nobody is verifying that data. But if you are taking any of the data from Survey of India, government is issuing that data. If you are taking anything from the Census of India, again the government is responsible. That's why such type of data is very important for us. Now coming back to the topographic map, first thing is you need to see what are there in the topographic map. I will go in short to all these things. Okay. First thing is, as you can read, there is a logo that says Bharatiya Sarvekshan Vibhag, Survey of India. You can see this logo. I cannot read this. It may be a Setu Himalayan or something like that. And it was established 1767. Okay. Now next thing is निर्यात के लिए नहीं, not for export. What is the name of this topographic map? It comes under the open series map. Okay. And then number G44P15. What is this number? This is the sheet number. Write down this sheet number G44P15. Write down in your copy sheet number G44P15. For every topographic map, there will be a unique sheet number. There is a set way how this sheet number is assigned. And whenever we talk, okay, when I say like I have taken the topographic map of the Prayagraj city area, Prayagraj Sadar area. So I need to specify what will be the sheet number of that area. So this is like your name help to recognize you. Similarly, the topo sheet of Survey of India is recognized by the sheet number. Next information, write down in your copy, scale. Scale 1:50,000. What is the meaning of scale? 1 unit on map is equivalent to 50,000 unit on the ground. We will learn about the scale in detail in the lecture session, but since this thing is coming over here, therefore scale means 1 unit on the map is equivalent to 50,000 unit on the ground. So whenever you map anything, it is not possible to map it at a true scale, because if I try to map this Prayagraj district, it is somewhere around 5,500 square kilometer area. So I cannot draw a map at this area. I need to scale down that thing. So suppose you are in the school, all of you must have make something in the SUPW thing. You have created some craft work. So many of the times we used to create the drawing room or kitchen room in our in our SCPW class, or in science model, many times we create a this solar system. So what we are doing, we are basically doing a scaling down of all those things, because it is not possible to show a complete room, complete kitchen, or complete solar system on a small cardboard. So what you are doing at that time, whatever type of model you have created in your science or in your craft work, you are basically creating a scaled down model. There is a reverse of this thing also. Suppose if you have created that helixical model of DNA. So that DNA model is the example of scale up model, because the size of the DNA is so small, you cannot see it. So in that case, what you are doing, you are basically doing a scaling up. Here in case of map, we are doing a scaling down, and how much we are doing the scaling down, it comes under the scale. A map is incomplete without scale. The information of map is incomplete without scale. So whenever you mention a map, you need to tell what is the scale of that map. Okay. So whatever area that you measure, it can get converted into the ground unit. Whatever area you are measuring on the map, you can get it converted on the ground. Okay. Next, this thing is sheet index. Write down in your copy, sheet index. What is sheet index? Sheet index will tell you what are the adjacent sheets. Like the current sheet is G44P15, isn't it? You have written it down, the sheet number. It is G44P15. So these are the adjacent sheet, G44P10, G44P11, G44P12, G44, P14, P15, P16, then Q2, Q3, Q4. Okay, so these all are the adjacent sheet, and it contains a lot of information. Like this portion, this pink color portion, they have written this 2, 2, 1, 4, 6, 5. So what does this mean? They are giving the information of district. This one is the Allahabad district, and the adjacent 3 number means if 3 is written anywhere, then it is Chitrakoot. If 4 is written, no, you can see it over here. There is a number 4 over here. So this is Jaunpur. Number 5, here it is number 5. This is Sant Ravidas Nagar. There is number 6 over here. So this is Mirzapur. Okay. Number 2, it is already written in this one. It is Kaushambi. So there are two small polygons over here. This one also coming under Kaushambi. Number 1 is Pratapgarh. So you can see the adjacent districts also with the help of this sheet index. Next, again, the same information. Okay. Now, this section is very important, conventional symbol. Just see this thing carefully, this conventional symbols. There are several things which are marked over here. Express highway, road, carriageway, stream, dam, river. These all are the different things. So these all are the different things that are marked over here, and on the right hand side you can see the symbols that are used. So for the express highway, such type of line, this purple color line is used. For the road, this color, red color line is used. Okay, so these all are the different symbols. The interesting one is this boundary. So there will be international boundary, it will not come in this map. State boundary will come like this. Then district, subdivision, tehsil, taluk and other things will come like this. So this is how we can understand the meaning of the different symbol. How I will know there are different symbols that are used in the map, isn't it? So how will I know what is the meaning of that symbol? So now I need to read this section. This section is called legend. Write down in your copy legend. Legend. Legend or key. 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 This section is called legend or key.
Ma'am, voice is lagging, ma'am. What you told just now, I was not able to get it.
I was telling you about this conventional symbol. Okay.
And just last point,
The last point is that I was telling you that there are different symbols that are used in the map. And if you want to know what is the meaning of that map, you will refer this section. This section is called legend, Legend, legend or key. Most of the time we say that this one is the map legend. What is the meaning of legend or key? It will explain you the meaning of the symbols that are used inside the map. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Next, this section, after the legend, you can see that there is this section. Height are in meters and above Indian mean sea level contours are approximate. The triangulated and traverse heights and contours in this sheet have not been adjusted to the height of spirit level benchmarks and other things. You know, you may have heard this term metadata. What is metadata? What is metadata?
Data about
Data
Yes.
of data.
Data about data. So whatever data you are using, the metadata give you the information about that data. Here we are using the topographic map, but this section is giving you the information about the topographic map, how that map is created, what conventional have been used, what type of surveying mechanism have been used, and other things. Okay, so basically this is nothing but the metadata which is informing you about the topo sheet. So for the GIS purpose, we are not much interested in this section. Okay. Yes, the next section, again, a very important thing. I've told you if you go for the map, the scale is important. Then another thing is projection system and datum. What is the meaning of projection? When you have to convert the three-dimensional Earth into a two-dimensional flat surface, we need certain projection system for that purpose. So in this particular map, they have used UTM, Universal Traverse Mercator. And second thing is datum. It is a reference surface, and for this one it is WGS, World Geodetic System 84. We will learn about the projection, we will learn about the datum in detail in the lecture session. But right now, write down in your copy the projection and datum of this topo sheet. Projection is UTM, datum is WGS 84. Okay then. Next thing is again some metadata, then 1:50,000 scale. You can see this bar. This is called the graphical bar. This is the graphical scale bar. Again, we need to read the scale with the help of this bar also. We will learn about it later. But the scale can be represented in three different ways. One is the ratio, that which is 1:50,000. Second is verbal scale or the nominal scale. So 2 centimeter to 1 kilometer, 50 meter to 1 centimeter. This is the verbal scale, and third scale is the graphical scale, which is given over here in the form of this bar. Okay, so there are three different ways through which you can represent the scale. Commonly, we go for this ratio scale. In this map, they have used all three scales. Then again, there is some metadata over here. Okay. Now I am going inside the map. We have read around the map. We have learned about the topographic map sheet number, its scale, sheet index, then legend, metadata, projection system, data. Okay. Now let's see the map. On the map, you will find some vertical and horizontal line. So these vertical lines are longitudes. Okay, so what is the value of the first vertical line? It is 81 degree 45 minute. Again, we will learn in lecture session what is degree, minute, second, what is decimal degree and other things. So these are the different notations that are used. Now here you can see 81 degree 45 minutes. This is what? This is the longitude. Next thing, 47 minute 30 second. So this one is in continuation of 81:45. So basically the second vertical line, the longitude value of the second vertical line is 81 degree 47 minute 30 second east. Then 81 degree 50 minute east. Then 81 degree 52 second 30 second east. 81 degree 55 minute, 81 degree 57 minute 30 second, and finally 82 degree. So all these are the value of longitude. The vertical line on the map are longitude. Again, these latitude and longitude are the imaginary lines. But when we draw a map, when we draw a thematic map or we draw a topographic map, these latitude and longitude are usually mentioned over there. Then there are the horizontal lines also. These horizontal lines are nothing but the latitude. So latitude are measured in north and south, and since India is located in the north, so the first longitude is 25 degree 30 minute north. So we are going in the downward direction. So that's why it is decreasing. It is 25 degree 27 second 30 minute, 25 degree 20 second. And the last one is 25 degree 15 minute. Okay, so this is the latitude and longitude information. Now if you see inside the map, you will find several things over here. So there is Allahabad city over here. Okay, so this one is the Allahabad city. And then you can see that there is river Ganga. There is river Yamuna over here. So this is the whole Allahabad city area, not complete Allahabad district, but just the city area. And adjacent to this city area, you can find Ganga, Yamuna, Sangam. And if I go in the downward direction, there are the tehsils. Like this one is the Bara tehsil. So these are the different tehsils, and you can find this boundary also. The blue color line is the boundary of that tehsil. We will learn in detail in the later practical sessions about these things, because in our next practical we will go for the digitization thing. So we will learn more about that thing. In the present term.
हेलो मैम.
Yes.
मैम इसमें आपने डायरेक्शन कैसे आइडेंटिफाई किया?
किस चीज का?
मैम अभी आपने बोला ना 81 डिग्री 55 मिनट्स ईस्ट ऐसे बोले थे, ईस्ट बोल रहे थे हर बार, तो मैम इसमें तो मैम डायरेक्शन शो नहीं कर रहा मैप में, तो कैसे आपने आइडेंटिफाई किया?
ये मतलब हम लोग को पता होता है कि इंडिया जो है वो ईस्ट में है। जो
Okay.
प्राइम मेरिडियन होता है जिसके रिलेटिव में, जिसकी तुलना में हम नापते हैं सारी चीजें, तो जो लॉन्गिट्यूड होता है वो प्राइम मेरिडियन के रेफरेंस में नापा जाता है। इंडिया जो है वो कंप्लीटली ईस्ट में आता है प्राइम मेरिडियन के, है ना।
Okay.
प्राइम मेरिडियन क्या है? एक इमेजिनरी लाइन जो कि 0 डिग्री लॉन्गिट्यूड होती है, जिसको कि यूजुअली जो एक कन्वेंशनली मान लिया जाता है, ग्रीनविच लेबोरेटरी है लंदन में, तो एक रॉयल ऑब्जर्वेटरी, वहां से ये पास होने वाली लाइन को 0 डिग्री लॉन्गिट्यूड कहा जाता है। उसके ईस्ट वाले साइड में जितनी भी वैल्यूज आएंगी उसमें ईस्ट माना जाता है, उसके लेफ्ट में जितनी वैल्यूज आती है वो लेफ्ट में माना जाता है। इंडिया क्योंकि कंप्लीटली ईस्ट में आता है, इसीलिए लॉन्गिट्यूडनल जितनी भी वैल्यूज होती हैं वो ईस्ट में मानी जाती हैं। इसी तरीके से जो लैटिट्यूड होता है वो इक्वेटर के रिलेटिव मेजर किया जाता है, और क्योंकि इंडिया इक्वेटर के नॉर्थ में सिचुएटेड है, इस कारण से जितनी भी लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वैल्यूज आएंगी वो नॉर्थ में आती हैं। इस तरीके से आप इसका ईस्ट और नॉर्थ होना डिटरमाइन करते हैं। एक चीज़ जो आपको ध्यान देने वाली है, वो कई बार गलत होती है, डायरेक्शन किस में इंक्रीज होना है। आप जैसे जैसे लेफ्ट की ओर जाएंगे, है ना, आप लेफ्ट की ओर मूव करेंगे तो वहाँ पर लॉन्गिट्यूड जो है, लैटिट्यूड जो है वो बढ़ता जाएगा। इसी तरीके से आप ऊपर से नीचे जाएंगे तो लैटिट्यूड जो है वो घटता जाएगा। लॉन्गिट्यूड लेफ्ट की ओर बढ़ेगा और लैटिट्यूड ऊपर अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में बढ़ेगा, तो ये चीज़ ध्यान में रखिएगा।
Thank you, ma'am.
पहला जो प्रैक्टिकल अभी हम यहाँ करने जा रहे हैं, जियो रेफरेंसिंग का प्रैक्टिकल है। जस्ट वेट फॉर अ मिनट। So today's practical session is about performing the georeferencing. Why do we need to perform georeferencing, or what is georeferencing first? Now, if you see this particular map, okay, and at this particular place I place my cursor over here. This is map coordinates, okay, and if you see these values, some random values are coming over here. 2386, comma minus 1636. Okay, so this one is some random value. If I am placing my cursor at this point, wait a minute. So if I place my cursor at this particular point, okay, which is 81 degree 45 minute east and 25 degree 30 minute north, and if I am placing my cursor over here, again you can see the coordinate is random. Okay, it is not showing the latitude longitude value, but it is showing some random coordinate. This coordinate value is of no use. If I am placing my cursor anywhere, again it is giving some random value. So what I want that it must show the latitude and longitude value. Whenever you obtain this topo sheet, it will show some random coordinate and you need to get it converted into some standard coordinate system, some standard coordinates. Okay, For this purpose, we need to perform the georeferencing operation. Okay, hope this thing is clear to you. प्रॉब्लम सबको सही से समझ में आ रही होगी कि अभी हम कर्सर कहीं भी लगा रहे हैं तो नीचे कर्सर पे जो कोऑर्डिनेट की वैल्यू आ रही है वो रैंडम वैल्यूज आ रही हैं, उसका यहाँ पर दिए गए लैटिट्यूड लॉन्गिट्यूड से कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है। हम क्या चाहते हैं, ये काम हमारे लिए कब यूजफुल होगा कि जब हम कर्सर को प्लेस करें तो वहाँ का जो लैट लॉन्ग का वैल्यू है वो वहाँ पर डिस्प्ले हो। इसी काम को करने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, हम यहाँ पर जियो रेफरेंसिंग का ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करेंगे। ठीक है, जियो रेफरेंसिंग से रिलेटेड जो थ्योरी है इसके पीछे की वो हम लोग लेक्चर सेशन में पढ़ेंगे, बट यहाँ पर अभी हम लोग करके देखेंगे कि इसको अप्लाई कैसे किया जाता है। okay? The objective is to define coordinate system and to carry out georeferencing. Requirement is QGIS software and scanned topographic map. I'm not going into the background theory. Okay. No, I will tell you the theory parallelly. First, I am going to explain you how to perform the georeferencing operation. I will provide you this PDF. Okay. What are the steps of performing the georeferencing? First thing is required, that is required in this is the georeferencing tool. So how you will get this georeferencing tool? You need to go to the plugins and go to the manage plugins. Okay. Inside this one, you will find this particular tool, Georeferencer GDAL. You need to check this particular plugin. Okay, perform this operation. I am waiting.
हेलो मैम।
Yes.
मैम मेरे में जिडाल शो नहीं कर रहा मैम प्लगइन में।
Georeferencer आ रहा है?
नो मैम, इसमें डीबी मैनेजर है, ज्योमेट्री चेकर है, जीपीएस टूल, मेटा सर्च, ऑफलाइन प्रोसेसिंग, टोपोलॉजी।
यहाँ पर जाकर के लिखिए, सर्च में जाकर के लिखिए जियोरेफरेंसर। सर्च में जाकर के ये लिखिए जो मेरे स्क्रीन पर हमने हाईलाइट किया, जियोरेफरेंसर जेडाल।
मैम कुछ नहीं आ रहा है।
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Nothing is.
Yes, ma'am. I am also having the camera.
वर्जन क्या है आप लोग का?
0.16।
Ma'am, 3.16.
कोई एक स्टूडेंट जिसका नहीं हो रहा है वो अपना स्क्रीन शेयर कर लो, मैंने अनशेयर कर दिया है। जिडाल हटा दीजिए, जिडाल को जिडाल को डिलीट करो।
मैम फ्री हैंड रास्टर जियो रेफरेंसर ही आ रहा है.
so मेरा भी 3.10 है, लेकिन मेरे में तो आ रहा है जिडाल डालिए, जियो रेफरेंस हटा दीजिए. जियो रेफरेंस हटा करके जिडाल GDAL सर्च करिए.
नहीं आ रहा मैम.
बाकी स्टूडेंट्स बताइए, ये बाकी में भी नहीं आ रहा है.
नो मैम.
नो मैम.
मैम सेम
नहीं आ रहा. नो मैम.
इसको 1 मिनट वेट करिए, मैं नेट पे चेक कर रही हूँ. इसको सुमित, इसको क्लोज करिए. QGIS अपना ओपन करिए. स्क्रीन शेयर करिए. हाँ, इसको क्लोज करिए. रास्टर ऊपर मेन्यू में देखिए, रास्टर, प्रोजेक्ट एडिट. यस, इसमें ऑलरेडी है आप लोग के में. ओके, जियो रेफरेंसर ऑलरेडी है. ओके, सो नो प्रॉब्लम. आप लोग को अलग से प्लगइन नहीं डालना है, इसमें ऑलरेडी जियो रेफरेंसर है. ओके. Okay, then so you need to go to the raster, then georeferencer. Okay, so once you open this georeferencer plugin, this georeferencer tool, you will find this particular window over here. Okay. Now inside this particular window, you will find in the top side, there will be raster that you are going to use. It will get displayed in the top section. And in the bottom section, you will get the GCP table over here. Okay. GCP stands for ground control points. Now, if the panel, the GCP table is not coming, we can go to the view panel, and inside the panel, you need to check the GCP table. Okay. Now in the file, go to the raster, open raster. Okay. Inside the open raster, you need to open the topo sheet. Somebody is unmute. Please mute yourself. So inside the georeferencer, go to the file and open raster. And here you need to open your raster image. Okay. So there are the basic tools. Pan tool, this hand tool is called the pan tool. There is zoom in, zoom out, zoom to layer. All these tools are available over here that we are going to use. I hope my audio is clear because weather is quite bad here. So
Ma'am, what
raining very
was the
heavily.
third one magnifier?
Sorry?
Third one magnifier, what does that mean? After the zoom out, third one magnifier.
This hand is called pan tool. Okay. So this plus is zoom in, this minus is zoom out, and this one is for zoom to layer. Okay. I will show you the application. Then you need to specify which type of transformation you are going to use. The first thing is we will use the polynomial, first order polynomial transformation. Okay. The resampling method will be the nearest neighbor resampling, and the target SRS will be EPSG 4326, which is used for WGS 84. Okay. These all are the parameter setting. You need to give all these things as it is. Transformation type, first order polynomial, resampling is nearest neighbor, target SRS is EPSG 4326. What is the meaning of all these things? We will learn about it in the lecture session. So once you have done this transformation setting, okay, you need to go to the setting, click on the transformation setting. You will find all these parameters over here. After that, what you need to do, you need to mark all the four corners of the topo sheet and give the latitude, longitude value. Okay. Yes, keep one thing in mind. Longitude will give you the X value and latitude will give you the Y value. Write down this thing in your copy. This is important. Write down this thing. Okay, so the X value is given by the longitude and Y value will give you, the latitude will give you the Y value. What you need to do, you need to give the value of all four corners of the map so that it will get georeferenced. So select this particular point, okay, add point, click on the intersection point of the latitude and longitude you will get the value 81 degree 45 minute and 25 degree 30 minute. Now one more thing, the value will be entered in the degree. You need to enter the value in, you can enter the value in DMS, degree minute second, like this way, degree space minute. So 81 space 45, or you can get it converted into decimal degree. How you will convert it into decimal degree? You need to divide that value by 60. So 81.45 divided by 60. So if you divide 45 by 60, it will give you 75. So it will be 81.75. Otherwise, you can give the decimal degree minute second value as it is. So it is 81 degree 45 minute. So 81 space 45. Similarly for the Y. So this is how you will mark the first point, and similarly the rest of the 4 points will be marked. So once you start marking the point, the GCP table will appear. The source value means the default x and y value of that particular pixel. Destination as an x and y, the latitude longitude value given by you. And in this way, all the 4 points will be marked, and the corresponding error, which we say RMS error or the residual error, it is given over here. So we try to ensure that this residual is at its minimum. So when we go for the affine transformation, the minimum number of points required is 4. At least 4 points are need to be marked so that the error will get computed. But instead for going for just 4 points, we go 10 to 12 points. Okay. In order to reduce the error, we go for 10 to 12 points. So once we have marked all the 4 points or all the 10-12 points, we will perform the georeferencing by pressing this particular green button. Okay. So this is the overall procedure that I have explained. I will show you by performing this particular practical. So what I need to go do, I will go to the raster, I will go to the georeferencer. Okay, inside the georeferencer, there is open raster. So I am going to add my this particular T15 map. Okay, you can see on the bottom right corner, transform, not set, and some random values coming when I am scrolling over here. Okay. First thing that is required, that I need to go to the setting and set the transformation settings. First is transformation type. It should be polynomial 1. Resampling method, it need to be nearest neighbor. Target SRA, ETSG 4326, WGS 84. Okay. Output raster. Output raster means where you want to save your work. Okay. So I want to save it as P15 underscore georeferenced. Okay. Then click OK. So I have done the transformation setting. Next thing is I need to start marking the point. First of all, you need to mark all the 4 corners. Okay. Now how you will do this thing? Look, there is a zoom in button. Okay. First you need to magnify that place, and we usually start from top left corner. Okay. So follow this sequence that I am using to mark your GCPs also. Look, you just need to create a small box. You need to hold your cursor and make a small box over here, and automatically that point will get magnified. Okay. Like this. And if I click on this particular button which is zoom to layer. This is what it is going to happen. It is zoom to the layer level. I need to mark this particular point. So first I zoom in and then I will click on the add point. And once I click on the add point button, you can see the cursor is coming like a crosshair. You can see this thing on the screen, that the cursor is coming like a crosshair. So place your cursor at the intersection point carefully. Okay, this particular operation is very important, and if you do not mark the point correctly, then there will be error. Okay, so zoom as much as you want, no problem in it. Just zoom in, so click on this particular point. So what will be the X value? It is 81 space 45. What is north value? It is 25 space 30. Okay, I am clicking on OK button, and first point is marked. Here you can see the error is right now 000. X0, Y0, residual 0. So the error will get computed only when the fourth point will get marked. Okay. Now I am going to mark the second point. So it will be in second corner, top right. So it will be 82 and Y is 25, 30. Click OK. Second point get marked. Now I'm going to mark third point. It is bottom right. So it is 82. Y is 25, 15. Okay. Last point. Not last point, it's fourth point. 81, 5, 25, 15. Okay. Now you can see that all the errors X, Y and residual errors are now coming. After marking the 4 points, I will going to mark some more points. Like suppose I will mark some of the point at the center region. Like suppose I want to mark this particular point. I have placed my cursor. What will be the coordinate value of this particular point? Write down in your copy, everyone. What will be the latitude and longitude value of the point where I have placed my cursor? I have placed this crosshair at this particular. Sorry.
4730, 2730.
81 degree, 47 minutes, 30 seconds, and 25 degree, 27 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. So you need to read it with the help of the latitude and longitude values that are mentioned at the top side and the left side. So it is 81, 47, 30, 25, 27, 30. So this is how I am marked this 5th point. So there are so many places where you can mark the next of the point. Wherever you are getting the intersection of latitude and longitude, you can get the value of that particular point. Okay. So anywhere, any place where you want. $150. So you need to do this thing continuously. I have marked 5 points, as you can see over here, but you can need to mark 12 points. Okay. So once you have marked all the 12 points, you need to click on this particular start georeferencing. Okay. So once I have done this georeferencing, what I will do, I will open that layer in the QGIS. Advanced layer. I'm going to open P15 georeferenced. Okay. Open. Now you can see wherever I am placing my cursor, the lat long value of that particular place is coming. Okay, so this is what will happen when you perform the georeferencing of any data set. Now, the whole procedure is clear to everyone? If there is any confusion, you can ask. किसी को कोई दिक्कत है, कोई स्टेप नहीं समझ में आया हो, कोई कंफ्यूजन हो तो आप पूछ सकते हैं, क्योंकि मेरे एंड से ये पूरा जियोरेफरेंसिंग का जो प्रोसेस था, जो प्रैक्टिकल था, वो एक्सप्लेन हो गया है.
Ma'am, 12 points from anywhere.
Yes, the 12 points will be marked from anywhere, but yes, you need to mark first 4 points at the 4 corners.
हेलो मैम.
Yes.
मैम जो इसमें आपने 5वां पॉइंट लिया था, जो मैम पहला ब्लॉक था, तो मैम उसके जो सेकंड कोऑर्डिनेट है इसमें समझ में नहीं रहा था मैम.
इसमें यहाँ पर सारे वैल्यूज यहाँ पर आप देखिए, यही वाला पॉइंट मार्क किया था, ये रेड कलर का पॉइंट आपको इस पे दिख रहा होगा.
यस मैम.
इसका अगर आप लॉन्गिट्यूड देखिए तो आप ऊपर से देखेंगे, जो कि 81 डिग्री 47 मिनट 30 सेकेंड लिखा है.
यस मैम.
ठीक है, ये तो लॉन्गिट्यूड हो गया. लैटिट्यूड देखिए, लैटिट्यूड ये 25 डिग्री में चल रहा है, तो यहाँ पर क्या है, 25 डिग्री 27 मिनट 30 सेकेंड. ये यहाँ से लेफ्ट साइड से आप पढ़ेंगे. एक्स एक्सिस वाई एक्सिस होता है ना, तो एक हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन के लिए जो एक्स की वैल्यू है वो तो सेम रहेगी ना.
यस मैम.
इस तरीके से x की वैल्यू सेम रहेगी, वर्टिकल लाइन के लिए y की वैल्यू सेम रहेगी. तो वही चीज यहाँ पर लगा करके इसका कोऑर्डिनेट निकाला जा रहा है. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
Ma'am, from where to get this map?
Right now I am providing you this map. Otherwise, the Survey of India provides the open series map freely. You need to go their website and you can find the OSM map freely over there. Right now, I have, for this particular practical, what you need to do, in the Teams, in the Geoinformatics Lab 1, go to the files. Okay. Wait a minute. Yes. In Geoinformatics Lab 1, go to the files and here you can find QGIS 2021. There are so many folders and file over here. Do not get confused. Just go to QGIS 2021, the present year. Inside this folder, you will find this practical 2 folder. Okay, download this folder. Inside this folder, both this image P15 map is there and the PDF practical 2 PDF file is also here. So this is how you need to download the data for the present practical. Any other question? Okay, so all of you perform this question, this practical, and write down the practical copy. In the result, you need to write down that the georeferencing of map G44 P15 has been performed, and suppose you have taken 10 control points. So by you taking 10 control points using first order polynomial distortion function, nearest neighbor resampling method, and RMS error of whatever RMS error is coming, the residual error or the RMS error, both are same. So whatever residual error is coming, you need to mention that residual error over there. Clear? So I will make the assignment for this one. So once you have done all the writing thing, you need to scan your whole practical, convert it into the PDF form and upload that in the tutorial. Rest of the practical sessions, the assignment need to be uploaded, the tutorial need to be uploaded on the same day. But since some of the students have not installed the QGIS software and this is very first laboratory session for them, although we are also starting from this very point because I have not started the QGIS earlier. So I'm giving you 1 day time. The last date or the due date of submission is tomorrow night, 12 p.m. Okay. So all of you perform the experiment, write down the experiment. If you have any confusion, you can search it on the internet. And if there is still any problem, you can simply send me the message on the conversation, or you can ask me the same thing on the Wednesday lecture session. Okay, so thank you everyone. That's it from my side. Start your practical.